the center of the state. I do not feel ashamed. Ooh. Oh my God, I'm a mess. I'm a mess.
Of course, that airship is overhead, so the helicopter is going to continue to call out the vehicle's location. But it looks like at this point, they're going into what's called tracking mode. Airship only, units hanging back, but they're going to stay close enough just in case the vehicle comes to a stop or
I'm not curse because they cancel me.
sort of collision. Then the deputies
Your
will
daughter's there. How dare you curse? It's illegal.
Whoever's in that vehicle into custody.
Eliana, we've noticed this driver making a series of right-hand turns, so essentially kind of going in a wider circle in this neighborhood, it appears.
And we often see that in pursuits. Drivers tend to return to an area that is familiar to them. So perhaps this area is familiar to this driver, and that's why he's circling, looking for a place to abandon the car and take off running. Again, we don't know what the original want was, and we also don't know how many people may be in the car. But here you go, another crazy move here, a random U-turn on El Segundo and Compton.
But the pulling back of the traffic mode there seems to help quite a bit because his speeds have slowed down considerably, as you can see there.
Yeah, did slow down significantly. We are hearing possible reckless DUI may be the one. We'll work to get the official word on that, but that may be the original reason why they were chasing this individual. And in terms of reckless driving, we have seen it, so we can attest that that is definitely a reason why they would be chasing this vehicle, even if it wasn't the original reason. But we continue here in Compton. Again, wrong side of the road. Oh, gosh.
Oh my God.
Can you please just get back on the right side? This is so dangerous. This is a very busy area.
Are you high?
Oh! Right at him. Oh, so
oh my God.
Compton Avenue. Hopefully he gets on the right side of the road.
Are you high or something?
This right-hand turn onto El Segundo from Wilmington.
So we can see why this is a DUI.
Oh, Jesus.
Here.
Yeah.
What kind of DUI is this? What is he on? What kind of drugs is he on?
In terms of going into tracking mode when it
hey,
is
Chad, what's up, guys?
DUI, it may not work because the person may not really be aware of whether or not he's even
unaware
to begin with.
Of his
there have been so many close
intoxication.
Calls
it's not his
where
fault.
It appears this driver's just squeaking by some other vehicles, but maybe some contact has been made.
Yeah, I really haven't seen him fully crash into anything, fortunately, during this
You guys give me a like, please.
He's been running red lights, running stop signs. You've seen the dangerous maneuvers, wrong side of the road.
Amazing.
So fortunately, all things considered, he's been pretty lucky that he hasn't crashed into anything and hurt himself or hurt anybody else in the process.
Oh my God.
So we're still in the same general area, correct?
Correct. Same general area of Willowbrook. When we first heard about this pursuit, it was in the Linwood area. We saw it creep into Compton, now back into
Give me some likes and shares, please.
And currently using that middle lane, the emergency lane, to get by bicyclists literally less than a foot away from him just about a minute ago. Really a dangerous situation here.
Over
and again,
tracks.
Another set of right.
Yeah, I had no idea there was a chase going on.
Here.
Jazz sent me the link.
Any sign
thankfully.
of any law enforcement in pursuit at this point?
Damn.
Yeah, let me widen
Not
out
good,
the
man.
shot. Yeah, he's on Alameda, making another turn here. That'll be my chance to widen out real quick and see if there's any units close behind, and there aren't. So at this point, airship only. So back in that tracking mode.
This is live.
In a semi-industrial area now, just on the other side of those trees. Seems to be picking up a little bit of speed. So let's see if he doesn't drive himself into a dead end, because again, this does look like it's a pretty industrial area. Unclear if he would be familiar with this area.
Maybe that's a good thing. What does he do if
he runs the risk of just
if he gets to a dead end? What is he gonna do? Will they just turn it around?
As if the vehicle is just kind of sliding around more than just turning. Obviously, there he's making kind of sliding around again.
Yeah, it looks like he doesn't really have full control of the vehicle, which comes into play with the possibility of this being a reckless DUI.
PCP, maybe
a little
PCP.
Bit of traffic. He hasn't really encountered
PCP.
that too much. He's going to go right by that car. And as I push in here, I think the windows may be down, so we may be able to
kind of hot. It is hot out there, right?
On the driver's
the
side
windows
of
down,
the vehicle,
but why not AC?
figure out if anybody else is in the car.
Yeah, somebody in the back, because the back.
Yeah, it's hard to
wow, that thing is just bouncing.
Speed bumps.
Yeah, some speed bumps there. Wasn't accounting for those. We're in a residential area of Linwood. Carlin at Alpine, which I should mention, this was where he was when we first heard about the pursuit, which leads me to believe that this is an area that the driver is familiar with.
Yeah, and it you know,
amazing.
As you said, Eliana, this is where it all started, and we have seen this driver spending a lot of time in the, you know, again, making these right-hand turns. Any sign of another person in that vehicle?
What's up, guys? How you doing?
It's hard to tell because the windows are going up and down.
I'm going to interrupt you for just a second. We can see the person in there. NBC Nightly News is next. We'll have more on this, find out what happened tonight at 11, and we'll see you on the website as well.
Watching the live stream of NBC4 News on NBCLA.com. We'll be right back.
Oh, no, I need another link.
Where wrongs are made right.
Yo, what the heck? We're just going to pause right here in this. Bro. Oh, there's got to be somebody else or something.
Pennzoil Platinum help.
Damn, bro. I cannot believe that they did that in the middle of a chase. The heck? $10.22. What's that mean? Canceled? They canceled it? Oh my God. Just said they canceled it. Oh, Jesus. That shit was too wild. Go to the NBC website. What's NBC or CBC? NBC? This is the website. It'll come back. Give it a minute. No, they're saying that it was called off. Damn, that shit looked like it was going to be a really good one, man. No, I'm checking KTLA. There's nothing on there. There's some lady talking.
Hills is
Oh my gosh. What's the other one? Let me check the other. I think it's been officially called off, but let me check Fox. How disappointing, man. I was so excited. I was like, oh, it's back. Finally, another one. Yes. Maybe that's what it was, yeah. Have us say, what? Says, I'm sure they canceled it because it's getting way too dangerous for real, for real. They're not going to show the collision or casualties live. But they could put a little delay or something. But yeah, it's more likely the more they press them, they're going to run into somebody. We'll see if they come back. We'll see. Chris says, 714 people in chat. Anyone want a joyride so we can watch? That would be dope. The day that like somebody does it, I mean, I'm not encouraging it, but the day that somebody does a chase and they give a shout out or something. I don't know how they would do it in a chase. Maybe they take out their phone, they put the live stream up, our live stream, and then like they put it out the window and like just show everybody, or like a tablet so we can actually see it. Maybe we have to do it with a tablet and just stick it out the window, show the channels. It could mail. That'd be pretty dope. He was going in the wrong direction, almost hit a couple of cars, almost maybe some people too. Okay, thank you. Amazing. We got another link. All right. Okay. Oh! Yo, Jazz came through with another one. Is this a... All right, let's see.
Thought it's best to just let it go. He'll just drive home.
Pardon me, but I don't understand that.
Dan says, I got you, Mel.
There's a good chance this is going to end in a collision of some sort, and somebody's going to get hurt. Why would you do that? I mean, especially when this guy is so reckless. I mean, what's the advantage of pulling back? Because something's going to happen here.
Yeah,
traffic. Finally, the traffic got somebody.
You listen to the pursuits on the scanner.
He's just chilling.
The watch commander will just determine the level of danger, and if they feel that it is safer just to let the guy go, then they will do it. And they likely won't do it if it's somebody who is wanted for a major crime, something like a murder. They would definitely not let that person go. But in this case, because they believe that this person is just wanted for reckless driving, they believe that it's safer just to let him be, and perhaps if he doesn't see those units behind him, he's just going to drive a little bit more carefully and won't continue to endanger the public.
Yeah, it's such a challenge because, as you mentioned, Chuck, I mean, without them behind him, how are we going to stop this reckless behavior? Yeah.
Well, and from hurting somebody. I mean, obviously, this guy has a weapon, and the weapon is the car.
Oh.
Yeah, absolutely. That weapon is the.
Let me share the stream.
Vehicle,
I forgot
could
to.
be considered a weapon, and of course, he's going to continue to drive the way he
We
has
got a
been,
police
because we see that he just ran through that intersection and is now getting on the freeway. So something we hadn't seen before, but let's see what he does, because he may have just made that move by mistake. But
yeah, almost.
Sure he's going to be getting on the 710 freeway. So
what did he do? What did I miss?
CHP can come into play. They couldn't come into play before because it wasn't their jurisdiction. But now that it's on the freeway, the California Highway Patrol could take over this pursuit.
So this is like a fresh pursuit now. So another agency can take over. Even the sheriffs have gone away.
Correct, yes. So if this driver continues to drive the way that we have seen and a CHP unit spots him, then the pursuit could continue with the California Highway Patrol. But if he starts to drive normally, they're just going to let it go. But at this point, continuing here southbound on the 710 freeway in Compton.
He's sobered up and let him go now.
Do you see any signs of CHP officers at this point? I imagine they're, up to speed on what's going on here.
Yeah, they were advised that the pursuit was going through the area when it was on Surface Street, so they are aware of it. But at this point, as far as I can widen out my shot, at least, I do not see any units of the California Highway Patrol.
Yeah, I mean, as we see now...
Well, it doesn't look as reckless as it was before when he was on Surface.
He's relaxed. He's calm now.
Yeah, much better. And it's actually what I was hoping for, that he would get on the freeway, because at least this way he doesn't have any cross traffic, no lights, no stop signs, no pedestrians. He can't go on the wrong side of the road. Yeah. So at this point, it really is the best thing that could have happened.
Yeah, and for now, the driving seems to be, traveling freeway speeds here, nothing out of the normal at this point.
Yeah, pretty normal freeway speeds, a touch on the fast side, but really so much better, all things considered. Sticking to one lane, sticking to the fast lane here, southbound side of the 710 freeway. We're in the area of the 91 freeway in Long Beach, which if he does exit onto surface streets in Long Beach, then the Long Beach Police Department could
all his jurisdictions
chase. But if he continues to drive as normally as he is, there'd really be no reason for it.
Well, there he's kind of going across all the lanes.
Yeah.
But his turn signal may be on. Maybe not.
Oh, now is that an exit, or is he just on the shoulder there?
He's on the shoulder there, which is always a dangerous situation because whenever anyone pulls off because of an issue with their vehicle, a flat tire, for example, that's where you'd be. And then you have this guy just driving at full freeway speeds. It really makes for a dangerous situation. But for now, continuing here, southbound side of the 710 freeway, coming into Long Beach.
I wonder if he knows the helicopter's still following him. Is it easy to hear the helicopters when you're in the car? You should be able to hear them, right? But what about on the freeway? Can you hear the helicopters?
Still no sign of any CHP officers.
Defund the police. Ain't no police out there, man.
No signs of law enforcement, but look.
Damn.
In the emergency lane there, the center divider.
Did he mess up a tire?
So still seeing some erratic driving. It was too good to be true. He seemed to be well off when he first got on the freeway, but now is kind of all over the place.
Eliana, let me call on your expertise, having seen so many of these.
Oh, Eliana's the helicopter person, right? She's flying.
How do you think this one's going to end?
Devastation.
Ideally, if he could just get off the freeway, come to a stop, and then law enforcement could move in at that point.
You guys help me out with the likes, please. Hit like, por favor. Really helps out to stream the algorithm.
Between now and then. But considering that all of these maneuvers that we're seeing are pretty dangerous, I wouldn't be surprised if the California Highway Patrol just spots them.
Damn it. No. Oh my God.
Where there may be a chase. A chase in the works here if the California Highway Patrol spots this vehicle driving the way he is.
Yeah. Is this an off-ramp he's on?
Oh, God.
Well, we may never know. No, we'll know.
Yes, Eliana will be back when the signal returns. Yeah.
Rough signal out there. All right.
And
no.
The vehicle's exiting. Or is that making a change to another
kind of present? I'd slow down on purpose. If I was in front of that guy, I'd purposely slow down.
Yeah, back with you guys here. Sorry, we had to take care of a quick.
We pushing behind me like that, pressing me. I'll slow down.
But we are still in the Long Beach area.
Well, I guess he's not too much. pushing.
Southbound side of the 710.
Damn, imagine he goes over that bridge.
He might be transitioning here to get off. So I'll know as soon as he completes the transition here, if he's getting on that 405 or
oh boy, this could be nasty, man. If you have some sort of accident right here on the bridge.
We're in the area of the 405 and the 710 freeway coming over the LA River. He's right below us out your side of the helicopter, Robert. And looks like he may be getting on the 405. So, oh, wait.
Oh.
Let's see what he does here. Yeah. Yeah, getting didn't want to wait behind that vehicle, so he's getting in that center divider
What's
lane.
he doing?
It's going to be really tight. He's going to try to squeeze past that car, but getting onto the, looks like the southbound side of the 405 freeway from the 710.
I'm telling you, it was Florida. Ain't nobody moving out the way. Florida?
Like sort of an
ain't nobody moving out of the way out of kindness.
I don't think he can fit.
Let's let this guy get by.
This is very narrow. If you've ever made this transition from the 710 to the 405, it's literally about 2 lanes, and everyone's merging at the last minute. So it's real complicated. And as you can see, he doesn't have a lot of room to work with, but now he's off-road.
Oh, off-road! Oh, my God.
Oh my gosh, landed on the southbound side of the 405 freeway. Wow, I am honestly surprised that California Highway Patrol is not behind this guy.
California ain't doing shit.
What we've witnessed in the last few minutes.
Well, I almost thought that was going to roll there as he hit the turf, but
we want to handle this delicately.
Driving relatively straight here on the
lives
405
the entire
north
time
in the Long Beach area.
And once again, the want on this individual is DUI driving.
Doing the live stream, high-speed chase.
Reckless driving.
It's a good one, DUI driver. Hopefully nobody dies, but yeah.
Yeah, we've witnessed a lot of reckless driving, and now we're in the Long Beach area, but still on the freeway, southbound side of the 405, and he's actually slowing down considerably. I wonder if that maneuver that we just saw on that hill did anything to the vehicle, because I do see him slowing down a lot. Of course, that car's not 4-wheel drive, and what we witnessed was not really suitable for this small vehicle. But continuing here, southbound side of the 405, approaching Long Beach Airport. He's in the number 1 lane, and no units of law enforcement either behind him or above him at this point.
Okay, put the link on Instagram.
And for all of you just joining us again, I'm Eliana Marino in News Chopper 4, along with my pilot, Robert Rodriguez, and we continue to follow this pursuit here on the southbound side of the 405. But let me just give you the backstory. This started in the sheriff's station out of Century. Reckless driving, DUI is what we've heard, and we saw some very
let's get the numbers up. Come
on surface streets before the sheriff's department decided to cancel because it was so dangerous. We then continued to follow the car, though, just because it was just such a dangerous situation.
Okay.
And he made
Done
his way
sharing
to
it.
The 710
Facebook,
freeway,
Instagram,
710 south to the
Twitter.
405 south, where he's continued the reckless driving. And in terms of law enforcement behind him, there's really no way.
Ain't no cops out there.
But this is the CHP's.
You can do all kinds of shit. Nobody's stopping you out there.
And can get behind the car and try to pull him over, but
people just getting pulled over
for several minutes. They couldn't
a busted tail light,
and the car continued on.
Look, here you go.
For now, continuing here, southbound side of the 405 freeway in the Long Beach area, pretty much using every lane.
Oh no, we lost signal, or just the audio. This is pretty wild so far. Arkansas, thank you so much for the membership. 4 months. Thank you. Hello, everybody. Thank you, Jan Spacey on Facebook for becoming a member. I didn't thank the super chats the other day, so just thank you, Gabby, for the super chat. Melissa Mells, thank you for the super chat. Says tip your DJ. Rolf, buy another 8-pack. Thank you for the super chat. Ozzy, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. Nessie, thank you for the super chat. Nessie, thank you for the super chat. Be Botanical, thanks for the super chat. Me you. Thank you for the super chat from the other night. Stuart, thank you. Appreciate it, man. Best show ever. Loved your show for years. Thank you, man. Thank you, Stuart.
Maybe inside of that vehicle, but of course it's a smaller car. Likely can only sit about 5 people.
Damn, he's in the carpooling.
Windows, which is what makes it so difficult for me.
And they over there. Oh no, it was Texas. I was thinking. I was like, damn, they pulled that lady over in Texas for driving in the HOV lane. That's a different state, though. There's not one cop out there, or are they purposely just ignoring him, hoping it just dies out or fades away? Grumpy, thank you for the super chat. Hi, Mel in chat. Love you guys. Love you too. Thank you. Diggs. Thank you for the members. Thank you for the 3-month membership. Thank you for hosting us always. Thanks, Jazz, for the link. True that. Appreciate it. Especially the backup link. I thought it was a wrap. I thought the stream was done. Fox is there too.
Of the California
Okay.
Highway Patrol, really anywhere in the area, but of course they can make their way to the area if they get enough calls about this driver driving recklessly, like what we're seeing here, just slowing down for no reason in the carpool lane. He's 40 miles an hour. That other poor driver right behind him having to slam on the brakes so as to not rear-end him. This is really dangerous. I mean, we're talking about the 405 freeway in the middle of the evening, the evening rush to get home.
I wonder why he slowed down like that. And he just throws himself back into traffic.
Here, southbound side of the 405 freeway near the Palo Verde exit.
Erratic. Going left, going right.
Again, this.
Was that him again? Now he's going fast?
Correct. Nobody. I am hearing that
Lindsay, damn, 7 months. Thank you for the membership.
Is trying
Yo.
to get in position.
Yo, apparently that, you know, apparently Alex Jones is having a defamation trial. It started today. And if I would have known that, I would have been streaming. I think Alex Jones would probably be funny to watch. I don't know. It depends. I got to see what the thing is about exactly.
Point, though, no airship overhead, and continuing by Long Beach Airport, southbound side of the 405 freeway.
Yeah, we're live. This is live right now.
Coming up to the 605 and the 405, and I can actually hear on the scanner that the law enforcement says they've been watching our coverage and they've seen how dangerous this person has been driving. So they are definitely trying to get some units behind him to try to pull him over, or at least if those lights from the CHP are going to just draw people's attention just so that they know of the danger that is coming their way, they'll do that too, even if the driver doesn't stop. But continuing here, southbound side of the 405, coming up to the 605, which is going to put us, again, we're still in Long Beach, but it'll... I'm hearing CHP saying likely intoxicated. So that confirms what we
Judge has already admonished him for his behavior. Really?
So again, 405 at the 605, that's going to put us in Los Alamitos, Rossmore, Seal Beach. If he continues south on the 405, that'll take us into
I'm going to go get a haircut tomorrow.
Areas like Huntington Beach.
Right, Alex Jones.
Valley,
yeah, I think I'd watch that too.
Eventually Costa Mesa.
It's not your crime.
Of getting on the 22
Sold out at Mel.
Instead, because that merge is coming up here in the next few minutes. Seal Beach. 405 in Seal Beach.
What kind of vehicle? That's a good question. I don't know.
My pilot Robert Rodriguez at the controls of News Chopper 4 doing a great job.
Got to be on something, right? I'm just wondering what.
This pursuit, even when we didn't have an airship overhead to make it easier for us to track. So we're continuing here southbound side of the 405. He's in the carpool lane right now to continue on that southbound 405. But again, he'll have the option of getting onto the 22. But if he's going to do that, he's going to have to move all the way to the right. And at this point, there's lots of lanes between him and that far right lane. So it looks like he's going to stick here with the 405 south. But we're in the area of Seal Beach, of West Garden Grove, coming up to the merge with the 22 freeway here on the southbound side of the 405. CHP's overhead. Helicopter?
CHP's there?
Thank you. My pilot Robert telling me that the CHP helicopter just got overhead, so that's something we were waiting to have happened, and it's finally.
So that means the police probably gonna get on him now, right?
Now, the CHP
are they just gonna watch, or are they
in pursuit?
In pursuit. CHP. What does that mean now? Cops, helicopter, people. What's CHP? What does that mean in Cali? California helicopter pursuit. CHP.
Okay, he just got out of that carpool lane. Didn't want to take the carpool, but he can still do
California
the
Highway Patrol.
if he stays in the left lane. If he wants to 22, he'll have to.
Stuart, what's up? Welcome back. Thank you so much for the super chat.
So I don't know that he even knows what he wants to do. But right now, setting up to go 22.
You want the volume up? You don't want to hear me? Put it up a little bit. Oh, it is kind of low though. It is. I didn't realize how low it was. I wasn't looking at the levels.
Yeah, that was the CHP helicopter there.
They bump it up a little bit. Bump it up.
So really picking up speed here, about 80 miles an hour, trying to get back in the diamond lane and the carpool lane.
Chips.
Here in California, carpool lane is for 2 people or more. It's a Chevy Malibu.
Hey, Shawnee, how you doing? Mo, Lisa, what's up?
Of course, dark in color. And once again, if you're just joining us, News Shopper 4 was the first
You're too loud, low the volume.
over this pursuit. We first heard about the chase when it was in Linwood. We followed him for some time in Linwood, Willowbrook, and Compton before the Sheriff's Department let it go because he was driving so dangerously. He then made his way onto the southbound 710 and then the transition to the 405 south, where we find ourselves now right at the merge of the 405 and 22 freeways entering Westminster. So he chose to stay on the 405. So we're at 405 South in Westminster. The 405 South, of course, the San Diego Freeway, that is going to take us into areas
Stuart,
like
thank you again. Appreciate that.
Valley, Costa
kind of you.
Mesa,
Terry, thank you so much too for the
Beach,
super chat.
And eventually Costa Mesa, where it merges with the 55 freeway. That'll put us near John Wayne. And beyond that, the 405 continues to the El Toro Y, where it comes to an end in Irvine when it merges with the 5 freeway. Coming up to Bolsa here on the southbound side of the 405. Again, a pursuit that we first heard about in Linwood. So we'll see if at any point the driver decides to U-turn and head back in a northwest direction to get back to the areas of Linwood, Willowbrook, and Compton, where this all began.
All right. If you guys could help me out with the likes, I'd appreciate that. I'm surprised it's still going all this time. I wonder how long this is going to turn out to be. It was super erratic before, now he's calmed down.
And once again, thank you to everyone who is joining us. We do have the NBC4 News at 7 o'clock coming up here in the next few minutes. And of course, we'll continue to stream this pursuit on NBCLA.com, Roku TV, Apple TV, and Fire TV. You can always download our app and watch us on your smart television. This pursuit continuing here southbound side of the 405, coming up to Beach Boulevard in Huntington Beach.
Cruising in after. Oh, he's moving over now.
Across all lanes, man.
I wonder if he's even checking. I don't, do you think he's checking when he's crossing all the lanes like that, or he's just swerving and shit? Gotta be looking a little bit, I guess, right?
Continuing here, southbound 405. You'll notice there's a lot of construction through the area. Fortunately, no construction workers out at this time of the day. But we're continuing at slightly faster than freeway speeds, southbound 405 at Beach Boulevard.
The red car just zoomed by him. Smoked him. Frank, what's up? Thank you for the super chat. Mel, the weekend poppy. Oh, the weekend. Yeah, I've gotten that reference before a couple times. My hair is kind of getting
I'm hearing that there's additional units of the CHP standing by at MacArthur. So we're in the Westminster area of the California Highway Patrol. That's the gray for those of you listening on the scanner. Again, you'll notice how the construction here as we go along. Unclear how many people may be in the vehicle, but I can tell you that during the pursuit, we've seen the driver roll down the windows in both the back and the front. So it's unclear if he's doing all of that or if there are people in those other seats.
Looks like it might be multiple people.
The car itself, believed to be a Chevy Malibu, of course.
I'm gonna throw in an ad. Let's see what happens when I do that.
A pursuit that has been going on now for about 45 minutes.
Hey, message here. Let's see if this does it.
Southbound 405 at Magnolia. And thank you to everyone who is tweeting at me on my Twitter page. We, of course, thank you for your viewership. I am reading your messages and following along with the pursuit, trying to answer your questions as I see them. So now southbound 405 at Brookhurst. CHP helicopter overhead. Still no ground units though, so still no ground units behind the car. I do know that there's some nearby though, so we'll see if they get behind the vehicle once the car gets to that point. But at this point, CHP helicopter only. Of course, the CHP helicopter is based out of Fullerton Airport, so it wasn't too far of a flight from
Cali Highway
now
Patrol.
Going across all lanes here.
Damn, there's a lot of helicopters out there. Looks like.
Go ahead.
At the map.
Let me check. Robbie, can I get a fuel update? Can I get a fuel update?
Oh no, not a fuel update.
So, 40 minutes, 30?
Oh no, what's he doing now? Off on the dirt.
Off-roading here a little bit. Euclid in the 405. He just got off the freeway, but he's going to get
grapple
right back
device.
on. And Booth, we
I want
have
to see that.
40 minutes left of fuel, 40, till we have to be on the ground. And the pursuit is back on the freeway, back on the southbound side of the 405 after doing a little off-roading for the second time that we've
Lisa, thanks so much for the super chat. Mel, no One Direction tonight. Glad to have you back. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate the support. Revenge says, use the grappler device system. You love to all. That grappler device is dope. I've only seen, I think, like 1 or 2 videos with that. Amazing. Thank you for being a member, too, for 5 months. 5 months.
Once again, we have the NBC4 News at 7 o'clock coming up here in literally the next couple minutes, but we'll continue to stream this pursuit on NBCLA.com, Roku TV, and Apple TV. And we're now entering Costa Mesa.
Yeah, they said it was a DUI.
Put us very close to John Wayne, and it will give the driver a few options in terms of freeways. We're going to have the 73 coming up, then the 55 as well. If he just stays on the 405, that's going to put him into the Irvine area, and eventually the 405 freeway comes to an end at the El Toro Y, where it merges with the 5 freeway, and then from there, we could go all the way to the border, really, if he stays on that 5, but unclear how much gas this driver had to begin with. And we've been following him now for about 45 minutes, and the chase had started about 5 minutes before that. So all in all, he's invested about 50 minutes here of however much fuel he had in this Chevy Malibu, and may be now exiting yet again off of the 405 South in Costa Mesa. Okay, let's see what he does. Last time he did this, he just got right back on the freeway, but looks like it's going to be a southbound turn onto Fairview Road.
Literally, he's kind of...
Fairview Road from the 405.
Well, let's see. Driving a little safer now again.
So we're in Costa Mesa proper. That means Costa Mesa police could get involved.
Yeah, motorcycle. Lord almighty.
It worries me that he's behind that motorcyclist, considering the things we've seen this guy do.
Oh, God, he's following right behind him, too. Oh, my God. Please don't hit this guy.
Get away from that rider.
This guy has had no idea behind him, I guess. Oh. I guess why would he, huh?
I'm really concerned for how close he's getting to that rider based off of what we've seen.
And he's following him, too.
And he
he's like right behind him, yeah.
Okay, coming to a stop. This is good. Fairview Road at El Camino Drive.
Is he going to try to get on the bike? That'd be kind of crazy. Imagine if the guy, I think he's following him.
Behind the motorcyclist.
Yo, he's following this guy.
So confused.
What the heck?
Do this? Wow.
Now he's kind of noticing. He's
the motorcycle here.
He started looking back. He's noticing now. He's like, okay, yo.
Good.
Woo.
Just got away from him.
Bruh.
So headed back north on Fairview.
It would have been kind of dope if the motorcycle stopped and the guy got out and knocked the guy off the motorcycle and then takes the motorcycle.
Get back on the 405.
Anna Marie, thank you so much for the super chat. Meldis Pursuit is amazing.
Coming into the intersection, he has the red light.
Oh, God.
Does that matter? Absolutely not, because he keeps on running every red light he runs into. I did, Tim. Thank you.
I thought he was going to go into the lane. I wonder if he has any specific location or he's just driving around randomly. Seems like it almost. U-turning, going back. He doesn't really have.
Is the driver at this point?
Colleen, it's been so dangerous the entire time, but where we're at now is Costa Mesa, surface streets, just off of the 405 freeway. We're at Lauren and Baker, and he's come to a stop here, which is actually the longest that I've seen him stop in the hour that we've been chasing him, or rather following him as the police have been chasing him. But he's going to make yet another turn right under us here. This is going to be an eastbound turn onto Baker. So we're in Costa Mesa proper here. Wrong side of the road here. Cars coming right at him. Oh my gosh. This is the behavior that we have seen time and time again. Oh no. Please, oh gosh. I am holding my breath every time.
Wow.
He has had so many close calls, not only on surface streets but also on the freeway. It is an absolute miracle that this driver hasn't crashed into anyone or anything, because during the course of this 50-minute long pursuit, the behavior that you just saw 30 seconds ago is what we've seen the entire time. Now, this was originally the sheriff's department that was in pursuit for reckless driving and DUI. That was the original want. And since then, the pursuit has been handed over to the CHP, but still only helicopter only, no units behind the vehicle.
Ileana, I've been listening to you on our NBCLA app as well, and the CHP was over this at one point. Whose jurisdiction is this right now?
At this point, it is Costa Mesa Police's jurisdiction, but they're not getting involved at this point because the driver still hasn't really been consistently in Costa Mesa. He keeps on getting off and on the freeway, and I think that's what he's about to do right now. It looks like he may be getting back on the southbound side of the 405 freeway, so he's just on the other side of that fence. So we'll see him come out, and there he is. So it looks like he's going to be back on southbound side of the 405 in the Costa Mesa area. So we're very close to the South Coast Plaza Mall. We're very close to John Wayne Airport as well. And in terms of the freeways that he's been on the 710 as well as the 405 and a lot of surface streets as well.
You know, he's certainly covered a lot of ground. This was in Linwood, then went to Willowbrook and Compton as well. What we saw on surface streets just a minute ago, where he was on the wrong side, he almost hit a person on a bike at one point, and it's just been weaving in and out of traffic. It's hard to figure out where he's going.
Yeah, he's been weaving in and out of traffic this whole time, and I'm just trying to catch him there on the other side of that wall, southbound side of the 405, and really lots of dangerous maneuvers. He doesn't stick to one lane when he's on the freeway. He will just use every single lane, including the emergency lane, including the center divider, so really makes for some dangerous situations here on the freeway. But when he's on surface streets, it's even worse, because then he's driving on the wrong side of the road, almost hitting bicyclists, almost hitting motorcyclists, running red lights, running stop signs, and continuing here though southbound side of the 405, and he's going to have to make a choice here pretty quick, because he has the 55, the 73, or he can just choose to stay on the 405 freeway as he approaches John Wayne Airport.
And what we're looking at is this car in the fast lane here. It's a Chevy Malibu, correct, Ileana?
Correct. So the vehicle is described by the California Highway Patrol as a dark-colored Chevy Malibu. But what I haven't heard is how many people may be in the vehicle. I'm still waiting to hear that. But at this point, unclear We have seen the windows rolling up and down during the pursuit in both the front and the back, but it's unclear if the driver's the one that's doing that or if there's people that are controlling those windows. Really, we won't be able to tell till the car comes to a stop because those windows are so darkly tinted that it makes it really difficult to see inside.
So he's coming up on the 73 right now. If he's in this lane, there's a pretty good indication he won't be taking the 73, correct?
Correct, yeah. This is going to force him onto the 405 South. So he'd be passing right by John Wayne Airport. He just passed Michelson, I believe, is the exit there, which is the one that will take you into John Wayne, and he's coming up to Jamboree now. So if he continues southbound here on the 405, eventually it is going to come to an end at the 5 freeway at the El Toro Y, and from there he'll be able to pick up the 5 freeway. But you'll notice our shot is a little bit further. We are being held back by John Wayne Airport. They have some aircraft that are landing, and once they land those aircraft, we'll be able to get a little bit closer. But from this long shot, you can see that he continues southbound on the 405, passing by University Drive, which is the exit for the University of California, Irvine.
Two things pretty amazing as I look at this picture. I was down in Orange County a couple of weekends ago. There is a lot of construction going on right at that interchange right there, and there doesn't seem to be a lot of traffic at this point.
Yeah, there's been a lot of construction, especially on that 405 freeway. Experiences nighttime closures practically every night. But as you said, really not too much traffic in this section. He's just off of the, he just got on the 73 actually at the 405 there. So he actually did choose to get on that 73 at MacArthur is where we see him now. So we're still pretty far away because of John Wayne. We'll try to get closer once we are given permission to, but for now continuing here on the 73, which becomes a toll road at this point, because once you pass UCI, it is a toll road, so you really won't see too much traffic.
Ileana, remind us again, what is the original want on this?
Original want that we heard from the CHP on the police scanner, so this is just scanner traffic, is that he was wanted for reckless driving and for DUI. Of course, we can't attest to the DUI part, but we can definitely tell you about the reckless driving because we have witnessed it time and time again during this pursuit. Just so many close calls, lots of dangerous driving on the wrong side of the road, running red lights, driving on the right shoulder and the center divider. Right now, though, really some of the best driving we've seen.
Ileana, we've got a split screen up right now, and some of that driving from earlier that you just described, that really dangerous driving on the wrong side of the freeway. Actually, he almost looked like he was going off-roading at one point here. That's what you're seeing. That was shot just a few minutes before we went on the air as we were broadcasting live on our NBC LA app. But again, once again, he's on the 70. Is he still on the 73 freeway? I think he is still on the 7. We're having a little bit of trouble with our signal right now. But as Ileana has been telling us, this started about an hour ago. We first heard about it in Linwood. Then he went into Willowbrook and Compton. That's where you're seeing some of that dangerous driving that we saw going the wrong way on surface streets. At one point we saw he flipped around a corner there, almost took out someone on a bicycle. He's in a Chevy Malibu. The original want that we heard on this was reckless driving,
amazing if he loses
possibly a DUI. As we look at the shot on the left-hand side of your screen right there, that's the live picture that we're getting from News Chopper 4. He's in the Chevy Malibu, and we're trying to pick that out there, but I just noticed there was a CHP patrol officer who is at one of the exits there. I don't know if he's blocking it off, and they're trying to keep him on the 73 freeway. But once again, we know that the CHP chopper is overhead.
There it is. Hold on.
Got involved in the chase about 10 minutes before we went on the air, about 10 till 7. But he was on southbound 405. He's now on the 73.
Right,
and as I pointed out earlier, there's certainly a lot of construction in that area. And interestingly enough, for this time of night, there's not a lot of traffic, but he has certainly covered a lot of ground this afternoon, just the hour that we've been covering him. The original want was reckless driving, possibly DUI. He was on the 710, the 405. And once again, you're looking at some of the earlier video that we shot. What you're seeing on the right-hand side of your screen is, I believe, just as he's getting on the 405 freeway there. Do we have Ileana back at all?
Yeah, we're back with you, Colleen. If you can copy me.
Yes, I do hear you. So
okay,
what are we seeing right here? Where are we at this point?
So we're now...
Oh, shit. Get to the chopper. All right, well, I don't know.
We're held back by John Wayne. Is that the driver got out of the vehicle and is now running through the area. So that's why you see the CHP helicopter now flying in circles. He's trying to locate him. At this point, he doesn't see him. But last he heard was that the driver was running through a ravine. So that CHP helicopter was held back by the airport just like we were because of the planes that were coming in to land at John Wayne. So at this point, you're watching it with us as the CHP continues their efforts to locate this individual. But again, we're in Irvine, just off of Vista del Campo and Culver Drive in the city of Irvine.
Do we know if he ran into a neighborhood there? Can we pinpoint it a little bit better?
Yeah, so we're seeing CHP units here. He may have gotten back in the car is what we're hearing. So, I'm gonna go and try to get ahead of the CHP unit here.
I think there's one, the live helicopter found him. So they're still trying to get him, but I think 7 has him.
What is this main street that we're looking at, Ileana?
So there we go, Colleen. So sure enough, we heard that the driver had gotten out. He was running in a ravine and must have decided that he was better off in the vehicle, so he got back in. Let me get you the full screen.
Oh no, Ileana. I don't know. All right, don't worry. We'll switch it up.
As he makes his way further north, on Bonita Canyon.
Ileana, we lost you for just a moment there.
All the way through here.
And
so
once again, it's very hard with the signal in Orange County because of the airport there. But give us an idea of this main street he's on.
Yeah, so we're just off of Culver Drive, Colleen, which is a major street here through the area. Yes, Culver Drive, major street here through Irvine, and he's just going to run here through the intersection. We're at University Drive and Culver, and since he's back on the move, let me give you the map again so that you can follow the streets along with us if you're watching at home and are in the Irvine area. You're going to definitely want to be aware of this pursuit that may be coming your way. Again, what happened there in that little bit that we couldn't see when we were being held back by John Wayne Airport is that this driver got off of the 73, and then from what we heard, he was running through a ravine. We don't believe he was in the car at that point, and eventually got back in the car and then continued the pursuit. So that's what we're seeing here now. Culver Drive coming up to Michelson, again in Irvine.
Ileana, how close are the closest units to this?
You see one right there. So there you go.
There you go. Just
super close. So yeah, much closer than what we've seen before. And
are they going to chase him though?
I'll try to confirm what unit that is because again, we're in Irvine, so Irvine could take over.
Shit, like an hour into this bitch.
Typically, they're not big on pursuits. To be frank, in this case, because it was CHP, they would likely want CHP to just stick with it.
You got that SUV chasing him?
This driver has been on and off the freeway so often.
Too erratic for that
looks like that's
vehicle.
Exactly what he's going to do yet again, getting back on the southbound side of the 405 freeway at Culver in Irvine.
So he's headed south on the 405 right now. Was there any mention of spike strips when he was on surface streets, either just recently or when we were covering him during the 6 o'clock news?
They haven't talked about spike strips at all really during the course of this pursuit, but they did talk about a pit maneuver. And of course, you, Colleen, are very knowledgeable about that. And what we were hearing was that if he was driving less than 35 miles an hour, 35 miles an hour or less, then they could attempt one, which is what leads me to believe that law enforcement doesn't think that he is armed because they wouldn't allow for them to attempt a pit if they thought that he was armed. But what you're seeing here is him driving in the emergency lane. Really no reason for it. You see how wide open the freeway is. There's no reason for him to be over there, but that's exactly where he's choosing to be because, again, this person may be under the influence.
He might lose control right there. Hit the curb.
From all of this is that the want on this is not a stolen car. So they've been able to run the plates and they know more than likely who's behind the wheel here.
Correct. They've been able to run the plates. That gives you the registration information. It's all done through the DMV. That'll get them a home address, and they can send units to that person's address and just wait them out there. And it seemed like that's what the LA County Sheriff's Department was going to do when they first let it go. But unfortunately, because the driver continued driving so recklessly, once he got to the highway, the CHP had no choice
Those cops
but
didn't
to
want to.
pursue
You could
because
tell.
it was simply a public safety issue at that point. At least now, if other drivers can see the police cars driving by with their lights on, then at least it gives them a hint of what is coming their way. Because when this guy was on his own, watch out. There was really no way
unless they get some other guys
this guy was coming right at you.
All right, he's on the 405, headed north or south at this point?
He's headed south. Pardon the map there. It is taking a little bit to catch up.
That was a little confusing there.
But yes, pardon that, Colleen. But southbound side of the 405 freeway at Sand Canyon. And you see the CHP helicopter overhead, really keeping a good eye on this driver because he is simply all over the place. And again, there was a short amount of time when he lost it because of John Wayne. But there really should be no obstacles between here and everything south of us until we of course, get down to Camp Pendleton. Hopefully it doesn't go that far, but for now he's heading in that direction, southbound side of the 405, and this 405 freeway is going to be coming to an end here very soon at the El Toro Y.
Do we know if there's anyone else in the car?
Should we gender him?
Unclear at this point. I've been trying to figure it out because I keep seeing the windows rolling up and down in the back.
Yeah, those back were down.
Lead you to believe that perhaps somebody is in the back, but of course that driver could be doing it himself if he's able to control those windows from the front seat. So at this point, it's unclear. Those windows are so darkly tinted, it's really difficult to see. But as far as we know, the driver is described as a man, so at least we have that information. And again, the original want was reckless driving and DUI.
Was there at any point in all of this, now where is he going at this point?
Yeah, he's stopping.
Oh, he's just going all over the freeway, Colleen. Time and time again, we've seen
him
do this. He'll
oh my gosh!
Make his way all the way across
on the shoulder of the road
highway.
Here.
Yep, back on the shoulder again, which I don't understand why, because the freeway's wide open in front of him. There's really no reason for this. But he just made his way there. It looked like perhaps he was going to try to exit, but you see that CHP unit and a second CHP unit close behind. I'm really just hoping that this guy runs out of gas. This pursuit has been going on now for such a long time. We've traversed such a vast area, and it is an absolute miracle.
It looks like the cops triggered him too. Maybe as soon as he saw the sirens and shit. If he's on something, tripping on something, maybe those sirens set him off.
Swings across 4 or 5 lanes. It's almost as if he's making these sudden decisions in an effort to lose the units behind him, and that never happens.
Yeah, good luck with that. It's not going to happen now. You have those 3 units of the CHP right behind you. You have the airship overhead. Even if those ground units lose you, the airship's not going to, because, again, there's really no obstacles between us and anything south of here until we get to Camp Pendleton.
Guys, help me out with the likes, please.
At this
Appreciate
point,
it.
He's continuing southbound 405, passing by Bake Parkway.
Evan Sewa, thank you so much for the super chat and your support, continued support. Your channel is so worth every dollar spent. Super elated to be part of this team and see your face. Thank you.
Really?
Ileana, the fact that they've run the plates, they probably know who's in the car. Is it possible they're negotiating
like the
with
windows
this
are down.
driver?
Yeah, if they know who's behind the wheel, then it makes it a lot easier to try to get into cellular communication with the driver. And what they'll sometimes do is they'll even have a family member call and try to get the person to pull over. But if this person is under the influence, it's really difficult to gather whether or not any of that would be effective. If the person even understands what is being asked of them, because clearly he has had plenty of opportunities to come to a stop. He had chances when no one was even behind him to come to a stop, and he didn't do it. So really difficult to try to guess here
Thank you for watching,
what this driver is going to do. Again, I'm just hoping he runs out of gas at this point, because this pursuit has been going on for such a long time. And we've seen so many dangerous moves that if he just comes to a stop and nobody gets hurt, that is the absolute best thing that could happen.
And we're just, I noticed from the street sign there, we're just coming up on El Toro, about a mile away.
Yeah, coming up to El Toro. So again, that's essentially the area I was talking about. The 405 freeway comes to an end at the 5 here in Irvine. It also comes to an end at the 5 in Mission Hills, but of course we're down in Orange County, so this is going to be here in the Lake Forest, Laguna Woods area, and so it's
Gift and the Curse, thank you for the membership. 7 months. Go, 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 go.
The 405 came to an end there near the Irvine Spectrum. He's now on the southbound side of the 405. So if he continues in this general direction, it's going to put him into areas like Laguna Woods, Laguna Hills, Mission Viejo, Ladera, and eventually he'll get down into San Diego
classic
County.
Shit, huh?
You know, I was just going to say, except for the erratic, switching of lanes and swinging across the entire freeway, his speeds have been pretty much freeway speeds, and then all of a sudden I see him go up to about 79 miles an hour.
Slow the chat, no.
Yeah, he can really fluctuate with his speeds really quickly. And I'll just
we don't want to slow the chat. We don't want to slow the chat
because of how long this pursuit has been going on. So we're going to continue our coverage,
no
of course,
slow
as
chat.
long as we can before we have to depart for fuel. But for now, the pursuit continues here.
No slow chat.
Side of the 5, coming up to El Toro in the Laguna Woods area. In terms of traffic, though, I want to talk a little bit about that because you see how wide the freeway is. I'm looking at the freeway all the way down into San Diego, and it looks like it's going to look exactly the way it looks right now. So he's really not going to encounter really much in the way of traffic, which is good considering some of the dangerous driving that we have witnessed now for the past hour and a half.
And it's remarkable if you think about the 5 between Orange County and San Diego County at this time of the evening. Sometimes
Fox 11. I got Fox 11 up too. Yeah.
The fact that
I have it on the side. I could probably do a dual screen. Oh, he's in there. We can see his face.
Times, although I know there are other cars there. I mean, there's no one around him.
Yeah, it's always so amazing how you and I will get stuck in traffic at this time of the day, but when these guys are in a pursuit, it's always smooth sailing. It's really amazing how that works, but in this case, it's working.
This isn't a little bit to Fox. See what's going on here.
Failure to yield. All of those charges will add up and can be used against this suspect once they are, if they are, taken into custody.
And now we see those windows rolled up just like that. So it's almost as if he, and it did look like a male driver.
Yes, it
you
did.
Agree? Okay,
yep, that point did.
Okay, male driver discarded some items. At least one we saw tossed out the window, and then those windows were rolled back up. 55 miles per hour, so the speeds, as you mentioned, Rick, aren't too bad, but the erratic driving in terms of crossing over lanes quickly. And then for a while now, the driver has just
was he smoking a blunt? Was he smoking
on the open road on the highway? You point out that typically traffic is a bear.
Yeah,
right here.
Oh, please!
I gotta think that there's a number of CHP units.
I never see the traffic you guys in California talking about.
Further north
never.
As this pursuit heads south,
I'm sorry.
That may be holding.
Oh, maybe one time I was there, but I never see
this area, this freeway open so that officers have more options. Those CHP,
I'm gonna
the
jinx myself,
California Highway Patrol, now
get stuck
down
over
in
there
far
next
south Orange County, heading towards San Diego County. Again, if you're just joining us, though, the pursuit of this suspect didn't start until just about
you said erratic
45 minutes ago, but prior to that they were in tracking mode, meaning that they were following this individual, meaning that they got reports of very erratic driving by this suspect. That was called in by someone, likely by 911. And then what they did was they got an airship over and started to track it from the air until units on the ground could get to that point. But that took some time because we really didn't see any of that until just a short time ago.
All that empty freeway, right?
This driver, the suspect, making his way from 405 South to now the 5
What
South,
is he driving? What is that?
As you mentioned, nearing, relatively anyway, from deep southern Orange County to San Diego. Rick, let's talk a little bit about strategy, though, because we know that pit maneuver, spike strips, those are options for law enforcement. Obviously, speeds come into play for that in terms of a pit maneuver, the pursuit intervention technique. Those speeds need to happen, need to drop
35 miles an hour, the threshold.
35 miles per hour, the threshold. So that's well beyond that. Spike strips is another thing, but I know once a suspect, Rick, is driving so far, they strategize with other CHP officers down the road.
That's right. And this stretch of the 5, if you've driven it, there aren't many other freeway options. It's just the 5 South, that long line heading down towards Sano and into San Diego County. So if they are able to hold traffic back and this pursuit holds its course, so to speak, they could attempt 3, 4, 5 miles up to lay out a bunch of them and see what happens. That could be a possibility once all the other vehicles that are in front of him get past that point. Because the bottom line, they want to end this pursuit. They want to bring it to a safe ending without anybody getting injured, including the officers. And yes, they will use any technique possible. And those two techniques there are the ones that we see most often. The pursuit exiting the freeway here, that's Crown Valley Parkway off the southbound side of the 5. Let's see what happens here.
Are you thinking that just heading back northbound now?
Yeah, you know, he's been driving very erratically. We've seen that a number of times, even driving through construction zones, across dirt areas, just to get back onto an on-ramp or off-ramp, and using either an off-ramp to get on the freeway or an off-ramp to get off the freeway. Crown Valley here, driving in the center. Crossing over right there. Really getting agitated now because of the officer right in the center of an interchange there on a red light. That's CHP SUV.
Press him now. He's going slow. Now's the time to press him.
That pit maneuver, that pursuit intervention technique, slowing down.
Or maybe he's purposely slowing down.
On our extreme nav, upper right corner there, down to 30 miles an hour or less. Not a whole lot of traffic, but it appears that the vehicle may have stopped underneath the nope, it's still moving, but at a very slow pace. Let's see what happens. A little cat and mouse here, perhaps?
I think this is cat and mouse. We've seen this too many times, don't you think, Rick?
Yeah, it's possible. You just don't know what the mindset is of the drivers. Again, allegedly a DUI driver driving obviously recklessly here. Officers have to be very cautious. They don't know what they're dealing with. Obviously, the mindset of this individual is not a
we don't want to get in trouble legally
and perhaps
with the psychopath on the road.
Have a weapon, and they have to assume that at all times. There are a lot of units there. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. One motorcycle unit there, and
they got a motorcycle
5
too.
or 4.
I wonder what the strategy is. Why they're not?
And patrol
are they setting up ahead of him? Maybe there's spikes somewhere up ahead.
Okay, so the strategy, because speeds, well, now we're in the 40s again, but picking up speed for.
There you go, baby. There you go. There you go.
There you go.
Spun him out. Spun him out.
There you go.
Dangerous situation.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Don't run.
They're going to go for a foot bail.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Gangster.
Hands up.
Gangster. Tired of this bullshit. What you got on me?
His shirt here.
Tired of this shit.
He's pretty much, now walk bit.
And what?
Not really abiding by what the officers
please don't take it off now. Don't take off the clothes.
To do. But let's see. At least his hands are in clear view there, lifting him up. And he's getting strict instructions right now by those officers to do exactly what he's told, to make sure his hands are visible, to eventually lay flat out on his stomach, on the
I thought he was going to do some gangster shit.
From behind,
that's not gangster now, though.
Perhaps we'll walk back a few steps.
I mean, it's good.
Get on the ground. There he goes, on his knees, and then on the ground.
Oh, he crushed the phone. What are you doing?
Yeah, he's doing something odd there. It didn't appear that there was anything he was actually crushing at that time or something. It looks like he's missing a shoe as well. That right shoe is
he's just wearing 2 different shoes.
So, meanwhile, he's missing a shoe. The guns drawn, and obviously the focus is on the suspect, and doing as officers are telling him to do. And then the focus will be on the vehicle itself to make sure that it's cleared.
That's right, and it did appear he did start to heed the instructions of the officers, backing up and putting his hands behind his back. You could see guns still drawn by the California Highway Patrol, cuffing this suspect, a canine standing by as well, just in case. And now what they're going to do is see if there's anybody else inside that vehicle, anything perhaps in the trunk. They'll pop that once they clear the front and back seats of this vehicle. Again, a reckless DUI suspect. The tracking, the pursuit, all starting in Compton and making its way down into South Orange County on Crown Valley Parkway here. So you can see those officers circling the vehicle, tinted windows here to make sure it's all clear, and they'll pop that trunk as well. And once they have cleared that vehicle, they'll throw up those 4 fingers, Marla, and say code 4, all clear. Suspect, though, has been apprehended here and will be taken off to jail.
Let's talk for a moment, Rick, about that pit maneuver. That was beautifully executed.
Yeah, it certainly was. And they had a wide open road as well.
Right.
So the speeds were at the right threshold there. Again, 35, but we've seen it higher than that. But 35 is a good point there, that the pit maneuver can be conducted. Spinning that vehicle out, nudging it on either the right or left side there. making the driver lose control and spinning it towards the officers, which could create a hazard in itself, because if you really truly have an agitated suspect who does have a weapon, they're going to be facing those officers, and those officers have to be ready for that scenario.
So our Extreme Nav technology is not up in terms of the location, but Rick, if I'm not mistaken, Crown Valley, this was on Crown Valley in
off the 5
in the city of Laguna officially. Does that sound right?
Yeah, that's about right. Far South Orange County down there, as you make your way down into Mission Viejo, down towards San Clemente and San Onofre. Male suspect in custody. It does not appear that there's anybody else.
Traffic. There's a traffic right there.
We'll show you that pit maneuver one more time that we talked about. Perfectly executed. Nudging him on the side. What? Yeah, there you go.
What would we do without your sound effects right there, Rick? Yeah, and then the foot bail, and then,
well,
I kind of
thought about it, and then just said, there's just no way. Yeah. There's just no way. So now we have that suspect in custody. Throughout
I feel like he could have. Can he just reverse before it went into the median and take off again?
To anyone or damage to other vehicles. We'll obviously work to gather more information to find out more about the suspect and how this all got picked up in the city of Compton. Coming to a conclusion here in Laguna Niguel, South Orange County. Good work by CHP officers. Rick, thank you so much.
And hopefully nobody got hurt. This is the best scenario here.
Absolutely. We'll have a full update tonight on the Fox 11 News
at
10. Thank you so much for watching.
They got stuff the Cooperstown doesn't have.
That's what Jackie.
Yeah, that's it, man. Thank you guys so much for joining the chase tonight. Appreciate it. I mean, at least it's all right, I guess, right? At least nobody got hurt. Oh, man. All right, well, hit like. Thank you guys so much. Let me get the... That's a shame says, when you open YouTube and find Mel covering a police chase. Thank you. Becky said, Becky, 8 months member. Thank you. Distracting my cookie decorating, but love it. And I think I might have missed Kay's beautiful struggle. Thanks so much for the 10-month membership. Crazy dude. Love and peace to you and your baby. Thank you, baby girl. All right, man. Who knows? Maybe we'll be back for another one. Imagine there's another chase. Maybe in an hour or two. What if there's another chase? We'll be back. I'm going to put the baby to bed. And I'm going to be chilling. But yeah, thank you guys for coming. Hit the like on the way out. That was kind of fun. We'll see what comes up next. Apparently, Alex Jones is in trial right now. I don't know. That's kind of interesting to me. But we'll see. I don't know. Alex Jones. Monkeypox. That thing, they're saying the thing is getting viral now, right? Like, I mean, it's spreading out more and more and more. People getting the monkeypox now. Then they got the vaccines. You guys getting the monkeypox vaccine? Let's do a poll real quick before we get out of here. Monkeypox.
This is Eyewitness News on KDOC 56.
Monkeypox. Getting vaccine. All right. How many of you guys are being proactive and you're getting out into the community?
Christy for the details. Chris?
And you're getting your vaccine shot.
Colleen, that dangerous DUI driver now being taken into custody after leading police, the first LA County Sheriff's Department and then CHP, on a long joyride from South LA all the way down the 405 and all the way down to Laguna Niguel in Orange County.
Come on, let's get around the votes.
Pursuit to an end just a few moments ago.
Who's 91% no so far?
They took the opportunity. He got off the freeway, slowed down
for the community.
For a textbook pit maneuver here on Crown Valley Parkway, spinning the vehicle, the driver jumping out of the vehicle immediately. To those officers right there.
True, love to love. I've heard of that.
Pursuit. He was going the wrong way at times, driving very recklessly. A lot of close.
What happened, man? You guys not feeling the monkeypox vaccine?
Turns out to be a very peaceful end to this dangerous pursuit. Reporting live from Air 7 HD. I'm Chris Christie.
True.
ABC 7 Eyewitness.
True, Judy. True.
Much for that live report. Now another smash and grab break.
Yo, you guys are savage. No. I gotta get rid of this stream. All right.
Eyewitness News reporter Josh Haskell says members of a synagogue next store are pitching in to clean up the shop and raise money for the victim.
Hushman Talasazan's
Leave it to me, you.
Shop is his entire life's passion.
Hell no, I'm not getting that shit.
And early Sunday
I didn't get the other stuff either.
Burglary suspects tried to destroy what he's built.
All right, I'm gonna get out of here and get the baby to bed. Thank you guys so much. If there is another chase and I'm up, I'll come back tonight. tomorrow I gotta do some stuff, but I'd like to come on potentially to do a story that was requested, but I haven't even looked at the story yet. And I also want to see what the heck is this Alex Jones stuff. I want to see what's going on with that. So I feel like our trial is coming. It's not the Parkland one, though that one's pretty hard to watch. It's really like sad and stuff, but I'd like to, I don't know. I want to feel what I felt, like the feeling, I don't know, when doing the Johnny Depp trial, even though I know it's never going to be the same like that. That's just so unique or whatever, but you never know. But like, I want to feel the feeling before I covered it. Like even though that was uncertain too, but just I don't know. I feel like something's coming. It's just not that one, the Parkland thing. There's just so many other things coming up. So we just got to be a little patient. I know people missed the trial thing. We'll get another one soon. But all right. Have a good night. Peace. Love you. Ah, that was kind of weird. The kiss thing.